wanted him. We needed him. How are you doing? Sid,
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know how I'm doing.
Okay.
How much of that were you following Friday? Out of curiosity.
Oh.
Because you were flying. You were actually in a plane.
I was
Unlike
in the
Ohtani,
air. Yeah.
You were in a plane on Friday.
I was going to Montreal and back sort of in a day. So Friday I was a little looped. But I have to say, after that, I went to a Christmas party that night. And everybody there, I love it now that I go to a party, people talk to me about sports. It's the greatest mystery and gift you've given me. Yeah, talk to me about sports. And actually, one of the guys that was at the party, I won't go too far into this, but worked for Hershevek.
Oh, the person who was the Dragon's Den person who was in the plane.
Yes.
Robert Hershevek, who was in the middle of this thing, bizarrely.
He was bizarrely in the middle, and they were sort of all bizarrely in the middle. Anyway, that is beside the point, Sid. It's all about you and your feelings.
Bless you. 30-second roundup of Friday for people who have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So we leave air, and there's a feeling that the greatest baseball player of all time is going to announce where he's signing on Friday. As the afternoon progressed, it was reported Ohtani was on a private jet coming to Toronto. They had tracked this private jet from Anaheim to Toronto.
And I have to say, though, you did have some hesitation into that line of thought.
I did.
Yeah.
To be fair, a broken clock is right twice a day. I had hesitation. So the plane lands in Toronto, and it's Robert Hershevek of Dragon's Den who walks out. Apparently, Ohtani was in California the whole time. So there's a lot of feelings about what happened here, why the reports circulated the way they did, and how Jays fans were whipped into this type of frenzy. First off, fair play to the Dodgers. $700 million means you really, really, really wanted them.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Jays' offer was. Was it $550? Was it $600? There's no way there was another offer comparable. This is insane money. Even for a player I love this much, that's wild money. That's the biggest contract in North American sports history by like $150 million. It dwarfs what Lionel Messi signed for in Major League Soccer. So fair play to the Dodgers. You wanted your guy, you got him. There is a feeling that Toronto fans, though, are being scolded for believing some of this online on Friday. I take large issue with that, okay? It wasn't just from no-names on Twitter.
No.
John Paul Morosi's a friend. I feel terrible. He was given bad intel. Somebody lied to J.P. Morosi about him being on that plane, clearly. And I feel awful for John. John would not have gone with that report Friday unless he truly, truly believed it. And any Jay fan that went off to the races, I completely understand it. Because you know what? I went off to the races. Everybody went off to the races.
Everyone was at the races.
So do not have anyone scold you into not believing stuff on social media. Reputable people were reporting things on Friday, and I believe they were used. And I'll go over that another day. But the one thing that did upset me Friday about how it was handled was I know there are people inside the Jays front offices who knew what was going on social media. And you and I had a conversation. It's not apples to apples, but not long ago on that couch, we talked about sports organizations being slow on social. When a rumor starts to move, you act like it's not happening. Someone inside the Jays organization needed to send out a line to an insider, to me, to someone else that they trusted, and just said, Ohtani's not on the plane, but the Jays put their best foot forward and eagerly await his decision like the rest of us. That's all you needed to do. Instead, this rumor ran for 7 hours Friday, basically unfettered, and the entire city felt A when B was really happening. So I don't want to hear about how fans kind of ran away with the excitement. I don't want to hear about how fans shouldn't believe things on social. This rumor was awful because it wasn't true, and no one in the know did anything about it. That's my problem with Friday. Don't tell fans not to believe something when members of the Baseball Writers Association of America are reporting stuff. If you know something's not true, the entire city shut down Friday, basically between noon and 5. I've never seen anything like it. There's helicopters in the air at private airstrips outside the GTA. Someone has to get ahead of that. Because now the Jays look a certain way in this city, and now it's going to be an interesting offseason. Jay fans were annoyed before. This didn't help. And I just think you have to get out in front of a rumor because now they got a problem. Now they got a problem here on a Monday morning. Everyone's like, well, now what? when nothing was true. Just put out a line and say nothing's happening. Anyway,
You
that's
think
where
that's
I'm
the
at.
responsibility of that organization?
Yes,
I know we got to go. But you do.
100%.
Okay.
Because who else is going to do it? Everyone in the organization knew he wasn't on that plane. Everyone. Then tell us. And stop this circus from going on Friday. It was a joke. It's not the fans' fault. It's not reporters' fault. If you know the truth, let someone know. It's ridiculous how that spread for that long when people knew full well it wasn't happening. Anyway, the Jays off season begins in earnest, Meredith. People, yes. Get your tickets now.
Here's Sid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now it's Leaf season? You know what? 4-0 Leafs over the Preds Saturday night.
There's it.
Good for them.
There's
it's
it.
7:02.
There's
You're
your good
watching
news.
BT.